Assalamu alaikum. Good day everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is amazing. I'll be teaching you on how to cut this elegant T-shaped gown. I'll try to make it detailed and explanatory. Now, let's get started. The measurements you'll be needing for this type of style is your gown length. You take your gown length twice. I have 53 for my gown length here. I took 53 plus allowance, 1 inch allowance, 2 times. So here is the front part. I folded it into 2. When I cut the front part, I will now use it to cut the back part. Either way, I may cut the back first and use it to cut the front. So this is my starting point. I've marked it out. This place will also serve as my shoulder. I need my shoulder measurement. You take your back measurement from the tip of your neck to your desired length. So I have 26 here, but based on my own fabric, the maximum I can get here is 25, which is still okay. So from this shoulder now, you go down to your bust measurements. I'm taking my vertical measurement now. My bust point is 10 inches. Go to your waist and mark your waist length. I have 17. Then you go to your hip. I have 16 inches. All these lines, you extend the lines. This is the waist. Extend the waistline. And here is the hip. Extend the hip line. Now we have our length, our measurements extended. So you now come to your shoulder measurement. Place your tape rule on the shoulder line. Come down by 26 inches. We want to bring out the shape of the T. This is 26. Move your tape rule to the tip, folded the open side of the fabric, and measure 26. So on this line, you put your hip circumference divided by 4 plus our allowance. This is a free gown, so I'm adding 3-inch allowance to the hip measurement. So I have, this is, our hip circumference is 45 inches. You divide by 4. Divide 45 by 4. You have 11 1/4. So at the point of the hip, mark your 11 1/4. Put ease of ½ inch. Then you can put your allowance of 2 inches or 3 inches as you so desire. So I'm putting 3 inches here. Whatever you have on this hip, you bring it to your hem. So you check it again. This is what I have here. Then you put it on your hemline. This is your hemline. So you connect with a straight line downward, right from your hip line here. You make a straight line down to the hemline. This is what make it to form your T shape. You have your line here on the hip, then you have another vertical line. They meet at this point. So the point at which they meet, you curve it so that it will not look sharp. This is 26. Connect to this 26. So from here you connect down. Then on this space, this part, you bring down your shoulder slope because the shoulder is not straight. Shoulder slope of 1 inches. Now you now come to this place. This is your shoulder line. We want to take our neck measurement now. My neck width, I'm using 3.5. You can use 4 depending on how wide you want the neck to be, but I'm okay with 3.5. That's my neck width. Your neck width for the back is the same thing with the front neck. So your neck depth, my neck depth that I'm using here, I'm using 1 inches. So you chalk it out. On this same folded fabric, I'll come down to mark for the front neck also. I'm marking for both front and back neck, but I will not cut it out until I've placed the two fabric together. So for the neck and front depth, I'm using 4.5. I'm not cutting it now. So this is for my back, 3.5 by 1 inches for back, 3.5 by 4.5 inches for front. So I want it to have a small opening in the front. So I'm coming down from the point of 4 inches mark here for the front neck. 4.5, is it 4.5? Okay, I have 4.5 here. So I'll come down by 2 inches to make a small opening here. So here I'll come in by half inches and connect it to this point. That's for the front. So this is the shape for the front neck that I'll come and cut. Then this is the shape for the back neck that I will later cut out, not now. So after marking this, the style, after you have cut this shape out, definitely this sleeve part will be very wide. So we need to close it up with this measurement that I'll put now. That is the reason I measure my bust circumference, my waist circumference. That one will give it a little fitting on the body. So on this, my bust circumference, I'll place my bust circumference on the bust line. My bust measurement is, the bust circumference I have 44. Divide it by 4. You have 11. You place it here and add your 1 inches allowance. Take note, I'm marking on the front front side of the fabric, not the wrong side. I'm marking at the right side of the fabric, not the this is the wrong side, this is the correct side. So I'm marking on the correct side so that it will be easy for me to hold the shape after stitching this T shape. So I have this one. Then you come to your waist and divide your waist circumference by 4. I have 38 divided by 4, 9. So you have 9, you put your 1 inch is. Then on your hip, we have 11 1/4. Hip circumference divided by 4, 1/4. 11 1/4, put your 1 inch is. So you chalk out the mark points. Chalk it out like this. Like this. So the next thing is to cut this shape out. When I cut it out, after cutting it out, I will use this piece. I will use this one for back. Then I'll place it, spread another cloth, fold it into 2 for my back and for my front. Then I'll put this one on top and use it to cut it out. So let me do the cutting now. Here is the fabric after cutting. This is the front and here is the back. So for the front neckline, I want this shape. See, this is the shape that I want for the front. So I'm going to cut facing to 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 pipe the neck. So I'll cut facing for both front and back neck. So for the facing, I'm folding my fabric into 2. I will now bring my front part, the neck part, you fold it into 2, place it on top of the facing. Let it align properly. Here's the facing. Here's the facing, here's the neck. So this part must align with the facing. This folded part of the front, let it align properly with the facing. You now mark it out exactly the shape of the neck. You mark it. Use your chalk to mark the shape out. Mark it on the facing. Here is the shape. So you now measure the length that you want. I want 2.5. You measure 2.5 round. 2.5. 2.5. When you get to this side, you know, I have small open here. You now go down and measure like 3 inches. So you connect the points together. Give it a nice shape like this. Then you can now cut it out. Here's the facing. So I'm going to fuse interfacing on the facing. I'll put soft paper gum, put it here. Then I'm going to fold this one in once. I'll fold it in. Then I'll use iron to press it and attach it to the front. Here's the back. You cut your facing for the back. Take another fabric. You fold it the way you folded for the front. Place your back part on it and mark it. Mark the shape of the neck out. You are marking on the facing now. You see, this folded part align with the folded part of the fabric for facing before you mark. Then you mark this shoulder part again. Mark it out. Then you can remove your back part. Then you measure 2.5. I measure 2.5 for the back. You have to make it the same. So 2.5, 2.5. Measure 2.5. Measure 3. As you are going towards the folded part, you'll be increasing it. Then this folded part and measure 3 again. Connect the lines together and cut it. Now I have the facing for the back. You fuse your interface on it with iron. Then fold this part in and attach it to your fabric. So I'll go to the machine and do the stitching now. Welcome back. Here is the outcome of the dress. Basically what I did is I attach interface to the facing. I use ST. I fuse the interface with hot iron to the facing. Then I attach the facing to the dress on the neck. Then after, I spread the cloth, the front and the back, to face each other on the right side. Then I stitch the neck. I stitch the shoulder from the neck to the end of the sleeve. I did it for both sides. After which, I come to the end of the sleeve. I stitch from here down to the hemline using 1 inch. The same thing I did to the other side of the dress. Then I check my body circumference. I measure from the shoulder to my bust point. I mark it. I measured from shoulder to my waistline. I mark it. Then to the hip line, I mark it. Then on the bust line here, I check my body bust circumference divided by 4. I added 2 inches allowance. It is ease because it is a free dress. So I mark it on both sides. I chalk it out. Then the waist divided by 4. My waist circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches his. I mark it. I come to the hip. I did the same thing. Hip circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches each is. I mark it. Then I stitch it. That one bring out this shape. I stitch it from the bust to the hip. Then take note, when you get to the hip, you will now corner it. Corner your stitching to where the sleeve and the body of the cloth meet. Then you stop your stitching on that point. You do the same thing to the second side. And that's all I did to achieve this. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you have learned something from this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and drop your comments at the comment section. Thank you.